are some of the ideas about how to improve the functionality of the community college. Well, what they could do is they could take people that successfully complete degrees or certificates, and then they could give those people certificates that those persons could use to give to others to provide complementary tuition. Because it's likely that the people that actually complete the certificates or the transfer degrees are more likely to know people of similar psychological habits. That's something that the private sector uses when getting referrals from people who are already successful in a particular place. Now the thing is that fortunately, people can go to community college on financial aid anyway. So the idea of giving people money to attend community college just because they know somebody who's already successfully completed community college is more of an advertising effort than an actual effect on people's ability to afford community college, to my perception. There is something that they could do, though. They could try a variation where they refund tuition a year later if the person is still attending, because then the person would know that if they just completed one more quarter at school or one more semester at school, that they would get hundreds of dollars back that they could actually have. And when you think about the fact that previously only 1 out of every 100 people actually completed the thing, then getting 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 people out of every 100 to complete the 2-year course that allows them to transfer to the 4-year school would be a tremendous efficiency gain. And since they only have to pay the people that are actually on the verge of graduation anyway, because they've already taken the first-year courses, it might work financially. So that's an approach. Another approach has to do with advertising. There's a company called The Learning Company that finds people that actually want to know stuff and will pay to find that stuff out. Now, The Learning Company charges only like $69.95 or maybe $69.99 to provide typically 10 or 11 lectures on some kind of computer-readable format. Yet, they manage to have huge amounts of private sector advertising, and if you figure that they have a margin of 10%, that means that they can reach a person with about $60 worth of advertising who's willing to get their product, which is education. So that suggests that you could find some really strongly dedicated students for about $60 per person if you used super targeted advertising. And since only 1 out of every 100 people completes the transfer to a 4-year degree program, $420 might actually get you the 7 people, which would be super likely, 90% likely to complete that degree. $420 is almost nothing to get 7 times the completion rate accomplished. But I'm overstating that wildly. What if it's only half as good as that? What if it's like $1,000 to get 7 people per 100 to complete it? It's still awfully wonderful. I had some other idea, and I'm just going to sit here until I remember what it was. Oh, yeah. They should advertise very heavily to those people who are less than half an hour from the community college, because I've read that works. I don't remember if I read that works about community college or if that just works about everything generally. But if they really beef up the advertising to people who are a mere 20 or 30 minutes away from the community college, they may be able to get more degree completers. Then, of course, there's all kinds of targeted advertising generally, but I've described that with the brief description of the learning company's efforts. Then there's another thing that they could do, which is a little bit controversial, considering the role of the community college is to welcome people who want to improve their future, regardless of their current standing, and certainly considering I am the kind of person that sleeps under a bridge, and I very much value being able to use their libraries and computers. I note that that is a thing of tremendous value generally to society, and gosh, it sure is beneficial to me. Yeah, so it's really easy to find the people who are going to actually succeed. You use psychological tests. The one that comes to mind is the Myers-Briggs, and it's very likely that the people who are types I, J are likely to complete their studies, because people that have the J classification with the Myers-Briggs like to complete things, and they're spontaneously organized when they describe their own persons, and then when used as a predictor of actual behaviors, it's tremendously effective. So they could do that. They could just advertise to IJ people, and then the IJ people would come and get those certificates, and the numbers would go right up. And they could still keep the wonderful, welcoming, wide-open policies they have now, so that people like me can just kind of casually show up at the library and, I don't know, look at things on the computer, you know, hang out in little study rooms, make videos. So it's actually possible to target specific audiences to get a larger percentage of certificate or degree completers, and that complements the people around them. There's also another reason to do that, too, which is going to sound happier to people, and that's when you create a peer group that is spontaneously studious, more people are likely to join along with that. Or if you, I'm using the word studious here, but since there's a wide variety of certificate programs, it could mean dedicated or interested, you know, I mean, those people are out there. They can be found with advertising, and bringing them to community colleges on purpose would also benefit the other students as well. So that's about 7 minutes longer than I needed to talk about this, but you get the idea. Because it would actually do this nice thing of generating people with these certificates, and then the certificates give those people the capacity to earn more, and then that makes the county and city governments happier as well, because the community college is doing, along with its social function of making education available to everyone, actually making the citizens wealthier, so that the towns become wealthier and more prosperous, and the people pay more taxes or something like that, because they earn more. There might be another way to get people to succeed wildly, and I can think of a couple of them. They found out that actually just paying people to go to class raised course completions by about 1/3 to 1/2. I read that online, but that's an idea that's already out there, or already available. Anyway, have a nice day. Cuddle up with someone you like. Take some mushrooms. Take some hallucinogenic mushrooms. Put naked videos up on the web. Because I'll enjoy watching them, maybe, depending on who you are. Although I'm not permitted to view them here at the community college.